How's it going, listeners? Welcome back to Cubold Cast. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the newly released open world game, Palworld, as well as a little bit of Enshrouded.
Which fun. We recorded a full Enshrouded podcast, but we didn't actually record it.
Yeah, it's funny. I know afterwards, I think it was, I checked my phone like 10 minutes before we stopped recording, and I saw a message from Zevi saying, your podcast never went live or something.
I'm pretty sure Melon even said something in the chat.
Wait, so you knew 10 minutes before? You're like, we'll just keep talking.
Well,
Huh?
I didn't know what it meant at the time. I was
Oh,
like,
I
what does
see.
he mean? This thing must be glitched. So
Well, the thing is, I checked on OBS and it still said public.
I saw it saying scheduled.
Oh,
Something
you
about
did?
being scheduled. Well, no,
Oh.
not prior. I'm saying afterwards. It was like I
Oh,
looked on YouTube and it was like scheduled.
I don't know. I never changed that, so I don't know why that was. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, throwback for those who have been listening to the podcast for a long time. We have Ricky back with us.
Yeah.
Today it's been yeah.
Ben abandoned us. So
It's-
we got
He
Ricky
hasn't.
back.
Ben hasn't been here since when? Like December,
months,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that.
and then
I haven't been here since what?
a couple years.
Yeah, that's why.
Maybe a year.
That's why Ben was
No,
with
it
us.
last
But
year.
Yeah, he broke his shoulder, so now he's able to.
Yeah,
Caleb broke it, so you'd have to do it for us.
yeah. I mean, it works out perfectly.
Yeah.
Wow.
You also have KZ in the chat.
yep. What's up, KZ?
What were we gonna say? We have so many things to talk about. So we're gonna do Palworld mainly. We're gonna touch on Enshrouded. We had a whole hour-long podcast, like we
Yeah.
said, on Enshrouded.
Yeah, we got through the podcast and I went up to the actual computer and I looked and it still said scheduled and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh no. And I didn't click the record button, so we didn't have it as a recording,
Yeah.
and so we couldn't do anything with it.
I'm
So,
actually curious.
it was
Sorry,
wasted time.
I don't have our notes up, but Jay did mention something that we should pull up because I
Oh,
really
yeah.
want to see it.
This thing, I'm pretty sure it's by OpenAI. It's called Sora, S-O-R-A. Ricky, I don't know if you want to pull that up. Let's just watch the trailer for it. It's a new AI thing, which I honestly hate the term AI now because everyone
Just
uses
open
it.
up Brave, Ricky. I already have some stuff in there.
But this is by the people who did ChatGPT, and now they're doing video that's actually legit good for the first time.
I don't know. It's gonna be insane.
Well, like it's one of those things like you kind of have to embrace it, but also I'm not looking forward to seeing all these junky AI videos all over the place because you already hear the AI voice everywhere.
Yeah, I think at first there'll be a period of time where
Well, you
it's
opened up Opera?
really
I didn't know what to
crappy.
open up. I didn't know what Brave was.
But I think at some point it's gonna be so good that
Yeah.
we're just gonna not even like know the difference.
One of the Pixar executives said after seeing it that in 3 years 90% of all graphics like virtual effects jobs are going to go away because of
Wow.
was it called
That's
Sora?
crazy.
it. Sora.
Yeah. I did
Yeah.
that right.
It's actually insane.
You what? Find the trailer for it. I don't know if it's
Sora.
there.
What's the I've used the image one. What's the image one from
Is that
There's a lot. Dolly.
Dolly?
yeah, Dolly. Dolly's pretty crazy.
I mean, Bing also has GPT-4, which does those
Yeah.
images as well.
Is it up on it is up on screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
What?
don't know what that is.
We got sound?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I have no idea what that thing
Just
is.
don't have it
Oh,
too
that
loud.
that's AI.
That's all
what?
AI.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does look a little fake.
You have to get really
Does-
close to
it
see
doesn't
I
give
mean, it looks pretty realistic. It looks like an animated movie.
That's insane. For audio listeners, we're just looking at crazy
They
What's
put in a
hard to-
prompt like birds on a river in a specific place and it generates just a perfect looking image of it. I don't even know what that is. Is that a cartoon or something?
Oh my
I
goodness.
keep seeing those like
foxes.
weird AI deepfakes of Will Smith eating spaghetti.
That was the one that came out like a year ago.
Yeah.
That was like the first demo and you could still tell it was looking pretty fake.
Oh
but
my
It looked
this is-
terrible.
goodness.
Have you ever seen the one? I think it's a filter on like Instagram or Snapchat or something where it was a baby just like standing there, kind of dancing a little bit, and they had the characters from like GTA 4 just like standing around the baby,
No.
same height.
What?
How does this look better than the images?
I guarantee people are already talking about making a fully AI generated movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, they could do it with
That-
the voice.
Oh my goodness.
It's actually ridiculous.
Caleb, I don't know if I showed you. You ever watched Black?
is that?
You watched Black Mirror, right?
I've seen a couple, yeah.
Yeah. There was one. I don't know if you saw it where it was about Netflix.
Mm.
Yeah. And that was AI.
Yeah, there was a
generated
Black
movies.
Mirror episode about that, actually.
It was insane.
Yeah, they did make something like that, but not with AI. But
Yeah, it was AI.
well, yeah, I mean, like they didn't make it with AI, but
Oh, yeah.
it was about using AI to
Make movies.
licensing people's faces, which I guarantee is going to happen.
Like, what is that? That is ridiculous.
I mean,
I
with
don't know
people's
how long
faces
this
though,
is.
like there needs to be like a baseline though, so that
No,
it's
well, the
in a way.
yeah, but I guarantee this is going to
That looks
that
like
looks like a
that's a
game. That's like
game.
Uncharted 4.
I think that's what they're going for. They want to put this in games, like
That'd be
dynamic
sick.
games where you're actually controlling the main character and the scene is just generated around you.
Oh my
Oh, I've seen that before. I've seen that that video with the cat.
Did you?
I've seen that one before. Yeah.
They literally just released this yesterday.
Really?
What even?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah, it says OpenAI's text to video model. So what you put in like just text and it generates a video.
Yeah,
I-
it's not even out yet, but they just announced it yesterday.
Some dude in a cloud reading a book.
Well, did you see that NVIDIA demo
crazy.
where they have AI integrated with their with people?
Is that the
And
Unreal
you-
Engine 5 one?
I'm not sure, but like you can walk up to an NPC in a shop and have a conversation with him, like with your actual mic, and he responds back in the context of the game.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm like blown away right now. Did you see that eyeball?
Yeah, that's
My
crazy.
previous prior to this video, I remember AI videos being that weird thing where like, you know, they're like
kind of like
it like
transitioning.
yeah, and it doesn't hold a steady like structure or
What is the
Or
term?
model.
The what when something doesn't look human?
uncanny.
Yeah.
Uncanny. Yeah.
There's none of that. At least in the demos they showed. Like I'm sure it takes more playing around with it to get something good.
so this is
What?
going to be like an extension of Dolly.
I don't know. I think it's its own thing.
Oh my goodness. What in the world?
It looks better than Dolly.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
I saw a comment where someone said this must have been what it felt like when the television was invented.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like for real. Like this
Literally.
is insane.
Or like the internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even television, like they see the like
they see people
moving images
yeah.
on
Yeah.
screen. This is moving images on screen created by a computer.
Have you guys ever seen the video where it was the first ever colored news broadcast?
Oh,
or
it
whatever?
went from
Yeah.
black and white
Pretty
to
crazy.
colored.
Mm.
Yeah.
The thing is, most people couldn't see it like that
Yeah,
because they
I
needed
know.
a color TV.
Only the rich people got that.
Mm.
But
Yeah, it's like nowadays.
do we
with
have
the-
anything else on
Well,
the?
streaming.
We have a few things.
well,
yeah.
we have a lot of things to get through. Maybe we'll just
I didn't see
quick.
anything on there.
Quick.
Maybe I
I
missed
see
it.
some. Kale's been playing Helldivers.
Helldivers is
Mm.
amazing.
I'm kidding.
It's
It does
so,
look really
It's
cool.
so good. I don't know. It actually broke. Apparently it got
Got a war record. right?
it beat. It's the biggest PlayStation PC release, bigger than God of War
Yeah.
2018.
I think it was like a day after I think it was the Sony CEO or someone in the higher up was like, "Yeah, it was a mistake not releasing games in time, so we're gonna do that from now on." Like
Wait,
straight
what?
up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm all for it.
I-
Oh yeah.
I'd highly recommend you guys try it.
I wanted to get it, but there's so many. Force is coming out in like
Yeah, that
week.
is true. I don't know.
And
This is
Alan
one of those
Wake.
games though that
Alan
like
Wake. Yeah, that's a whole other story.
there are so many things that happen in the game, and it's just so cinematic.
It does
also,
look very cool.
I think it was like it reached over 260,000 people, concurrent players on Steam, and it's a 1-to-1 on PlayStation 5.
oh,
And
okay,
so, the other day I was in game and they
is that
have
the
like
stance?
they have like a screen and
Oh,
it says
very
this many Helldivers online, and it was like over 500,000.
Wow.
Hmm.
And
pretty
it's so successful that the servers, they're constantly having to do server maintenance because so many people are playing it.
That must
It's a
be
good problem to have.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably exciting for the dev team.
And it's like, I don't know, it's very very hard to explain exactly what it is. It's just
Yeah,
so
it
good.
looks really cool.
That also happened with Palworld actually. They have like one server guy. They didn't expect
Really?
it to be anywhere near as big as it got.
Yeah,
which is
Power-
crazy because that was like 2 million people too
Yeah.
playing it at once.
Mhm.
And it's kind of funny. The news articles now are like Palworld has lost 2/3 of its player base in like a month.
What?
And then the I don't know if I think it was
The
like
game
their
is dead, and there's like
community manager?
600,000 people playing it.
yeah, their
Really?
community manager was like said something like, the game's definitely not dead, but it's also a game that's not live service and there's not infinite content.
Yeah.
So go take a break, come back when we release new stuff, and just have fun with other games.
What is
Yeah.
it? The developers for Helldivers 2 came out and were like, a game for everyone is a game for no one.
It's interesting.
They're like,
True.
if you don't like the game, go play something else.
Yeah.
But the people that do like it, you can just enjoy it for what it is. Like,
Where's
Yeah.
the hug? Where's the hug?
Was that you
I-
and Sam?
yes.
Anyway, Respawn.
Oh yeah, I saw
yeah.
that.
Respawn is making
Oh,
a
wait.
No, the Xbox thing.
Huh?
Yeah, you just mentioned that.
Xbox release exclusive. No, I was saying the PlayStation exec was saying that they're going to do simultaneous releases with their console exclusives to PC.
Wait. Oh, no more timed exclusives?
No, they want
Oh
to put them
my-
at the
wow,
same
that's
time.
awesome.
Yeah, but there's
great.
no new IPs or any sequels to any games coming out until April of 2025 on PS5.
People think
though.
there's a new IP that they're releasing this year, though. We'll have
Oh,
to see.
that could be pretty
It's
cool.
just speculation, but it'd be
Hmm.
possible.
Um,
Oh yeah, and the Xbox one too.
yeah,
The
all
exclusives on PC. That's
Well, PlayStation.
No,
or PlayStation. Yeah, never mind.
they're
Well, they're
now
already
going
on
full
PC.
multi-platform. They're not even regarding them as a competition anymore.
I'm pretty sure I saw an article saying that what's the top guy at Xbox? I can't remember his name.
Todd Howard.
No,
Is that
that's
it?
Bethesda.
Oh,
No. I can't remember his name, but he said that they're going to continue to make Xbox consoles. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess
I
they're
don't
just gonna
There is
see
an
what
audience for it.
happens. Yeah, I mean there are people.
yeah, but
who
they're
are
getting
diehard.
real mad. The
Oh,
Xbox
I
community is
guarantee
getting
it.
real mad.
It was a natural evolution. Things are gonna have to just split up and go to multi-platform.
Imagine
Yeah.
seeing Halo on PlayStation.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be crazy.
And Sony would be upset about that though. 'Cause-
What Halo? Oh,
Well,
'cause
they have
Destiny.
Destiny, which
Yeah.
they still own Destiny.
PlayStation?
Sony.
Or does it?
Did they split off
no,
from
Ac-
Bungie? Or did Bungie
Activision
split off
Blizzard
from them?
owns Destiny, and Microsoft now owns Activision Blizzard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
So technically,
It's so confusing the way that all
yeah.
those acquisitions work.
Activision.
Respawn making first Mandalorian game.
First-person Mandalorian game.
Wait,
Seriously?
before you say that, it was funny that you say the acquisition thing. I saw something recently that was like the AAA companies are just caring about like which new company they can acquire, while like the smaller ones are actually putting out a lot of good games
That's
right now.
true. That's actually true.
Oh wait, I don't have that on the list, but the Skull and Bones thing.
Oh, how did that go? How
No,
was
no, no.
that?
Like what the developer or the main guy behind
Oh.
Ubisoft said about
Oh, a
it.
quadruple A game.
He said, "Oh, $60 game is a AAA game. A $70 game is a quadruple A game. So that means you should buy it because it's a higher tiered game than a $60
Ooh,
game."
that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, it's not on Steam. It's only on Epic on PC.
From what I was
And
reading,
so it's like it's bad.
they almost had to release the game because the government of Singapore forced them to release it because they were like sending employees to there for vacations, executives and stuff, and they had a contract with the government of Singapore, and they're like, "Hey, why haven't you released the game?"
What? That's such a weird contract.
Well,
I
the
don't-
game
yeah,
was
I don't
supposed
know.
to release a couple years after Black Flag came out.
Yeah,
Wow.
I want to.
No.
I want to see the
Serious?
specifics
Yeah.
on that.
You mean like
They were working. They
years
started
ago?
working on it once Black Flag released to
What-
make a
what are-
secondary.
what are the reviews on it? Not
I don't
bad?
know. That
I saw
people
it before you
said that
buy.
it's boring and it's small and it's mid.
It was
Yeah.
because the game was made in Singapore and they had a contract for work.
Oh,
So they were like, "Why haven't you made this game yet?" And then they had to just release this subpart
what is it?
game.
It's like Black Flag, but you can't actually. So when you actually board the ship, you basically, you throw some ropes on it, you get next to it, and then there's a screen that pops up that gives you the materials.
It's so stupid.
You
But
can't even board it and kill the people.
But imagine they went the route of making a game that's like that those graphics with elements of Black Flag and like Sea of Thieves where you fight.
that would be
like,
amazing.
that would I mean that game would be a massive hit.
Yeah.
Everyone wants a good pirate game, but
Yeah.
no one's willing to make one. It's kind of crazy. Like even with Sea of Thieves, they started with good intentions and then they just released a game that was like half baked, pretty much.
Mhm.
That game especially whenever we play Sea of Thieves, it like I don't know, it makes me happy. Did you guys ever play Banjo and Kazooie?
No.
No.
So Rare made that game, and I grew
Huh.
up on those games. And then they also made Sea of Thieves. So whenever I play that game, there's like these subtle like hints of the old Banjo and Kazooie in there.
Oh, that's cool.
Which we should do another. I was thinking this the other day. We should do another. Should you revisit? That's what we started with back in.
Didn't we do
2020.
Sea of Thieves though?
We
already
did. We did. But I mean, we don't have to do Sea of Thieves. We could do anything.
Yeah, those are fun podcasts.
Yeah.
Going back and playing old games, like maybe even the original Forest and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that still
that
has
would
a
be
good
interesting.
community.
Goat Simulator 3 launched on Steam.
Finally, after what is it? It released 2022 in December.
Chug, you said you saw a negative review that said Goat Simulator 2 was better.
Yeah,
There was no Goat Simulator 2. That's the whole
What?
joke.
it
Oh
was
yeah.
so funny, but it was a negative review though. I'm like, okay,
That's funny.
why though?
Yeah. I don't know. We were I don't know. I'll probably buy it at some point.
At some point, yeah, but it's like $20 right now.
I want it
think.
for my
Hmm.
Steam Deck. Like
Hmm.
if we ever play and we're out.
Mhm.
That'd be fun. I've actually never even seen gameplay of this recent one.
It looks pretty fun.
I think the whole Epic thing really just ruins it.
Well, especially
Yeah.
with Ubisoft stuff. It
I can't blame them though because I bet that check is big. For like
probably
a
is
small dev
'cause
studio.
they got Fortnite on their side. So
They're published by Coffee Stain, which is pretty big now.
Oh, well, what's
Coffee
okay.
Stain also makes like Satisfactory
Oh, I see.
stuff like that.
A lot of games. They released a recent one that came out. I forget what it was. It wasn't Helldivers.
No,
Is this really
Helldivers is Arrowhead.
Yeah, it is.
I
Oh,
know
no,
you're
that's
watching one. I was
thinking-
wondering why it
yeah,
looked so
look-
bad.
Oh.
pretty. Yeah. You guys want to get to the
Yeah,
podcast?
we do Enshrouded first.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably cover that. I see we have Palworld first.
So Palworld's the big one that's been popping off the last month or two. Month I think it is.
It came out in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, last month.
Well, it's February. Oh yeah, you're right. So Enshrouded came out around the same time, and it's more of like a sky type exploration game.
An RPG. I mean,
What is
Palworld's
this?
technically an RPG too. That's Enshrouded.
Oh, okay.
You're just showing the trailer for
Yeah.
Enshrouded.
We played Enshrouded for like a week and a half, maybe.
I have more hours in Enshrouded than I do in Palworld.
Yeah.
Really?
I do, yeah.
I don't think we're not trying to directly compare them. We're just trying to cover Enshrouded because we never had that podcast go live.
Plus, Enshrouded isn't as big as Palworld, and
it's
we
not?
loved Enshrouded.
I thought Enshrouded was bigger.
Oh,
Then
nowhere near.
Palworld?
Not
Oh,
yet, not yet.
okay. I've been on like one island in Palworld, so I haven't really.
Oh, we're talking about like in terms of players.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, definitely. Palworld is huge,
No, they're about the same size
map wise.
map-wise.
Are they really?
Well, not until the
Maybe Enshrouded is a little bit bigger.
well, Enshrouded
I don't
you
know.
only have a half of the map right now. Then when the game releases or whenever they release the other half,
Well, in terms of land, JJ, there's like there's the water sections that might make it look bigger, but it might in terms of like land mass, I think they might be around the same size.
Yeah, because the thing is, I explored the map in Enshrouded a lot faster than I did in Palworld. Like I still haven't even explored the whole map, and
Well,
I've played like
we had the
triple that I had
gliders. I mean,
in Enshrouded.
obviously in Palworld you get the flying mounts.
it seems like the movements you can get around faster in Enshrouded.
Can you? Well,
Well,
at
the
least at
giant
first.
towers and then jumping off them, you can go like
Well,
across
I
almost.
feel
the
Yeah.
like in Enshrouded, the missions send you all over the map versus Palworld. they're really
Palworld's like
missions.
arc.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
not really a story
it's like
to
do
it.
whatever you want to
Yeah,
do.
the missions in Palworld are very base centric at first. Like I noticed,
Those are the tutorial missions. Besides that, there aren't missions.
you just kind of explore.
Yeah, and then there's like main bosses and the towers you can beat, which it's kind of interesting because both of these games are take things from Breath of the Wild, especially Palworld. Like when you walk into a settlement, it plays these little piano notes that sound identical to Breath of the
Well,
Wild.
also the things that pop up
Yeah.
on the screen too look very Breath of the Wild-esque too.
What's better?
What's better?
I don't know.
Or
Bre-
Breath of the
those are
Wild?
completely different games.
Yeah, but I love asking that question because I want to know what's better.
I mean, Breath of the Wild is better right now.
Are you talking about Enshrouded or Palworld? Or are you talking about?
Okay, how about? Oh, what are we talking about? We're like,
There's
are we
like
talking
three
about
games.
So many
Enshrouded?
things that's going on right now.
Well, because Enshrouded is trying to be like Breath of the
Yeah,
Wild,
I didn't notice. that.
Skyrim, even Minecraft, because they made their own
And Valheim.
engine. In Valheim,
Mhm.
yeah, because they took the food system from Valheim,
Yeah,
like whether you can eat like 3 things
and
and
the character system. You can use the same character across different
yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
worlds.
The game runs really bad. Like you were saying, it
Enshrouded?
was fine. Yeah, Enshrouded. There's a bug where the devs have acknowledged that the game does not run over 60 FPS.
well,
because-
I knew that it didn't run perfect.
I know,
It's
but
just-
it ran.
it was fully
really,
playable for me,
Really
though.
bad.
I didn't
30
notice
FPS is
anything
playable, I
crazy.
guess, because I was getting 30 FPS in certain places.
30?
Yeah.
Man, some of these characters in the Palworld trailer I'm looking at are super weebish.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't even see most of those characters.
Those are only the tower
you,
bosses.
you guys haven't seen my character yet. Caleb has.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't. I
Oh,
found your
it's so
base
funny.
yesterday, though.
Well,
Yeah,
are you talking about the one in JJ server or the one
The
that
one
I
in-
joined you?
the one in JJ's server.
Oh, I haven't seen that character then.
It's the same one. I rebuilt it.
Oh, okay.
It was too good.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was amazing.
We started playing Enshrouded first. Like both came out at the same time, but we decided to get Enshrouded first. And one thing that I got annoyed at was everyone had their own single player worlds, and then like they were super far ahead of me, and I'd rather play with multiplayer with everybody. So I ended up setting up a dedicated server for Palworld, and I actually like playing that like that better, just because you don't have to wait for people to get on to use the same world, and you don't get left behind and
I
stuff.
prefer it too. I prefer the dedicated servers.
Yeah. So like when Sons of the Forest comes out, I might even set up one for that.
Ooh, yes, we should definitely set one up.
Although, is it like gonna stop if nobody's in the server?
Yeah.
Okay, because we're gonna get attacked.
No,
Well, yeah.
they don't get attacked unless someone's at that base
Oh, I
specifically.
see.
Yeah, we should actually definitely do that because it's kind of hard for all of us to. Well, whoever's like the owner of the server, I feel like sometimes you feel like you're responsible or like
Yeah,
you-
like
you
I have to be
get
on.
Yeah,
It usually is always Chug because he's always on every night. But then when he's not on, now we can't play. You know, so that's
Yeah.
why dedicated server would be better.
Yeah, in Shrouded, the progression is very. It's not really set in stone. Like you have to get these upgrades to upgrade the flame of your like which you put down to make a base, and then when it's upgraded, you clear out something called the Shroud, which then you could go further in the world. But the thing is, you can use your glider and get over certain areas. Like you can from the start of the game, you can run to the desert area and get like the most OP glider. Like
Yeah,
almost
but if you
immediately.
don't know that though.
No, I know, but like there are people who look stuff up on how to get like OP stuff immediately.
Yeah.
Now that I know that, there wouldn't be any other way I'd play. Like, why would I waste time like making 6 other terrible gliders when I could just go get this one really good one?
That is true.
yeah.
Like, I don't feel like the game has that much longevity in terms of that. Maybe
Although
they'll fix
we
it.
only have about like 40% of the map.
Yeah, we'll see when
They're
release.
gonna
the next
start
part.
releasing the higher sections of the map. And the good thing about the character progression with the Valheim type characters though is that we won't lose our progression. Like if we lose the world.
You still have to go and make all the flames again.
Well,
Yeah.
that is true, but we'll still have all our stuff, and it wouldn't be as difficult.
The
Yeah.
flames were probably my biggest complaint about the game, just because of how tedious it is to go and find all those things.
But
The
most people
tower
didn't have to do that though. Me and actually
Yeah, but if you
somebody
got
else
off
were the-
and then I wanted to play, I had to go to my world, and I couldn't explore like a quarter of the world because I had a lower level flame.
Oh, well, apparently, the developers were saying that I saw they posted something. They said that there's been people that were complaining that the quests in the flame stuff were like server side, and they were saying like, oh, we might make a way to make it character side. But then I'm like, the flame though, I don't know how that would even work.
Like your character has a flame level, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe whoever has the highest flame level in the server, like that's what your world's flame level is or something.
Maybe you have like a core or something that you can have equipped on you.
That'd be better. Like they
That-
can access that, but other people can't. So everyone has to do their own progression.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
That'd be better.
And then you have to defeat the next boss to get a new upgrade for the core or something.
Yeah, because I would rather just one boss beaten for the next upgrade rather than the boss and then like 50 other random little things.
Yeah, I
found.
don't like the resource things.
I mean, maybe if you want to like craft like the best gear in the game, maybe you need to go and get that stuff
Yeah,
instead of just finding the best gear in the game.
definitely.
But I don't know.
I think another complaint, or well, it's not a complaint, I guess, but I remember I said this in the last podcast, but when there are, Jay mentioned it, there are these areas that are called the Enshrouded or Shrouded, I can't remember. But you clear them out, and then it clears the Shrouded area. Like you break this tree thing, and then
But it's a 30-meter radius.
yeah,
though.
it clears a 30-meter radius, and then you can fast travel now.
Oh, the shroud route.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But every time you log off and log back on, everything resets.
Mm-hmm.
I wish those areas would stay the same, and then maybe become fast travel points or something, because then you feel like you're actually making a difference. But then when you
Yeah.
get back on, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to break this shroud route again. If
Well,
I
plus
want.
the
Mhm.
shroud area around it stays.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
that doesn't
I-
doesn't disappear.
I think
which-
that should stay because I do like the idea of having the shrouded there, but I think the 30-meter radius can be like checkpoints that you make.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
progress through the shrouded. There's a big shrouded area.
Wait, there's guns? Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, we're getting confused with
Palworld.
Palworld and
Yeah.
Enshrouded. But
There
it
is
is
guns in Palworld though.
Yeah, no, I just got the musket.
I would say Enshrouded is like amazing. I had
It's
so much
really
fun playing
good.
that.
Mm-hmm. It is fun, yeah. I didn't have as good of an experience because other people got way further faster than me.
I did notice that. Yeah.
And then like I ended up going to the higher loot areas in my world, and then I leveled up faster than everybody else because I was fighting higher level people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you weren't playing as much. You're playing a lot of Palworld right now.
definitely more than Enshrouded.
It-
I
it
do
is a
have more
fun
fun.
game. I was
with that.
hesitant at first, but I love it.
Yeah.
Although like I have like 3 achievements left in Enshrouded to 100% it.
Hmm.
And I don't know.
But then when they release new content, they take away your 100%.
yeah, I know they did that for Wolong for me. I
Yeah.
got all the achievements in Wolong, and then they added DLC and added more
Oh.
achievements. I'm like, dude,
I was gonna say, I felt kind of the same way because I played the first night, and then after that, everyone else just no lifed it. So then when I got on, I just was like, "Oh, give me your stuff," and people would
Yeah.
just give me stuff, so I didn't have to go work for it.
Yeah, people would just throw out their old armor and stuff, and you just go pick it up.
Yeah. I like the forest system where like you can level up to a certain extent, but everyone knows that okay, if we explore a cave that has like a story section, like we do it together.
yeah.
Generally, we do that. Some people
You can't
don't.
even level up in Forest. You just get stuff.
Yeah, but like we like to all have the same stuff.
Yeah. What is it? It was like when I joined you guys late on the first Forest game.
Yeah, we had a
I
lot
had
of
you
stuff.
had so much stuff, and I had nothing, and I was like,
Remember when you installed cheats, Ricky? And
Got rid of the trees.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I cut
Wow.
down all the trees. Yeah.
wow.
But yeah, Enshrouded is a good game. We enjoyed it. It's got some early access issues for sure. That hopefully they address in the upcoming updates.
Actually, speaking of the forest, remember when we were on the bottom of like a cliff, and then we had like we had like a system with the ropes and like
Yeah.
setting
oh
logs
yeah,
down?
you get to the top of the,
Oh,
the
the,
mountain.
yeah, the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so excited to get
sheets
that
on.
started again.
Oh, I know.
Like-
They released the trailer the other day for 1.0. It looks really good.
Mm.
I'm excited to
gonna be-
play it.
It's gonna be so different.
I like it,
I
though.
can't wait.
It's gonna be like playing a whole new game.
There's
almost.
like 4 or 5 new caves that we haven't explored yet,
Yeah.
and they
There's-
probably changed up a bunch of the other ones.
There's that one creature that's like legs sticking up,
Yeah.
and it
Claps,
clacks its
yeah.
ankles together. It's really creepy.
That'd be so scary, just being by yourself in the woods. And
I
you
wanna
see
fight a
that.
bacon.
Yeah, I would get
Yeah.
out of there fast.
Yeah. Oh, and I just have to say this, JJ, that's my fish.
Yep.
Mm.
No one's gonna get the
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Now we're gonna do a podcast on Forest
Oh, 100%.
or Sons of the Forest
Mhm.
version 1 full release.
And they're gonna be adding content afterwards too, like they did with the original game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that they'll consider this finished for the first time, and then they're just gonna keep adding new stuff.
Which is kind of crazy because it's
crazy.
only been it hasn't been a year. It's gonna be a year
When
since it came
comes
out,
yeah.
which is ridiculous because that's
I
how
know.
many years did it take for the first one to fully release? Like 5.
I think a while. I hope. Well, actually, I know that the ending has more development, so that's gonna be exciting. To see.
There are
Apparently the
multiple bosses.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we played it, it was pretty bare bones.
what is it?
But it was
The
still
Tim
amazing.
Breaker. Whatever the
Oh,
guy's name is.
in
He's
Alan Wake?
replacing Timmy.
Wait. What?
Wait, Tim Breaker's gonna be Timmy?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's awesome.
The guy who plays Tim Breaker and the sheriff in Alan Wake 2 is
Yeah, I don't know
gonna
his
be
name.
Timmy.
He played the
Uh,
guy in a Dark Pictures game. His name was Conrad. I think it was made of Madonna.
Yeah, he's a really good
Conrad.
voice actor.
Huh.
You'll
VA.
recognize his face if you see it.
Uh.
He's been in a lot of stuff, a lot of TV shows.
All right, let's jump into Palworld.
Yeah.
The game is
It's Ark
well, it's art
and Pokemon.
with yeah,
Everyone says Pokemon with guns,
basically.
which is pretty much yeah, it's pretty much that. From the trailers, it makes it look way more anime-ish than it actually is. Like if you go in and fight a tower boss, which there's only like 4 or 5 in
There's
the game.
5 of them.
Like that's the one thing that kind of looks anime-ish.
Yeah.
The outfits are kind of weird looking. Like
The outfits are very feminine, so if you're a dude, you're just like
you're just walking around with a belly
you
shirt.
have like a crop top
Yeah.
on. It's kind of strange at times, but
Yeah, but Yeah, so if you've ever played Ark, just imagine that, but the beasts are Pokemon that you can capture.
What is it? Did we ever look up like how many creatures are in Ark?
Oh, I don't know.
Like how
I'm not
many
sure.
are in the base?
I
They have a lot of
versus-
variants, like the robot
'cause
variants.
there's the DLCs that came out, and they added new ones with those.
Ooh, just
but,
thinking
like,
about that makes me miss Ark. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about the robot. Like the robot, what was that?
robot T-Rex.
No, the berry picker one.
Oh, the Brontosaurus, the robot Brontosaurus,
Is that the
or
one?
the
Parasaur.
Parasaur. Oh man, I remember like having those were like prized possessions. I remember when
yeah.
your Parasaur died, or like whenever one of your
Poopy.
That was a
yeah,
dodo.
that was, no, the
Uh,
dodo.
What is it?
Well, I mean like
that
when
was
you
your dodo's
yeah,
name.
Oh, Poopy. Yeah.
yeah. But when you're like when your dinosaur died, it was like no, like because you invested so much in them.
Ark has 193 different species.
Okay. So I think Palworld has 111
Yeah,
different
that's
pals you can
that's
catch
so
at
crazy.
the time, as of right now.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of the large. Are there like large
Oh
pals?
yeah.
huge.
That
You
one.
can capture them.
There's like long neck, flower looking ones. There's dragons. There's all types, like giant unicorn, electric unicorns.
I'm starting
It's-
stages, but
It's crazy.
What I like the most about it is probably the whole automation aspect of it, because you can capture the pals and then force them to be your
Yeah.
slaves at a base.
There's like a desk that you can get that you can make them like. There's
Work
like
harder.
different variations of work that you can make them do. Like you can like
It's a podium, yeah.
podium.
One of them is like you just absolute drive them to insanity with how much work you give them.
And then they die.
But you can give them medicine that like keeps them able to work.
That's
So you can
awful.
drug them up and and then just like force them to work all day.
I actually do love that aspect of it. Like I got so excited when I first got my when I got my first monkey and he started cutting the trees.
Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
was awesome.
It's so cool. Like now, I have 3 bases. I only have pals at 2 of them, but like if you have optimized ones for certain tasks, I go to one base that's just for like stone and wood. There's like almost 10,000 stone in the thing every
Wow.
time I go there because they're mining it so fast. And then I have a wood thing that it's not as fast because I don't have the setup as good, but still there's a couple thousand in there every time.
Mm.
And like at the beginning, like the little blue ore called paldium.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll just like casually walk in and just make like a couple thousand of it in the crusher machine,
Wow.
just because like you have so many resources once you have it set up.
Yeah, I'm at that point where I'm struggling to find that. Although I
Yeah.
have a bunch now, but
And when you get a creature that has like a level 2 skill of something, it feels so good because then they're double the speed at doing that as another one. Like
And
there's
there's the pal spheres too.
yeah, which are pretty much pokeballs.
Yeah.
But there are certain creatures, like one of them has level 4 handiwork, which is crafting.
Mhm.
So you can craft some item that takes like if you were standing there yourself, probably would take you like 5 minutes. He goes like and crafts it instantly.
Wow.
So like really you have to get a lot of pals in order to progress, because like certain things start taking forever manually, and then the pals will do it like really fast.
I think
Hey, that's the city.
I'm curious about is there like an end boss?
The
Uh,
towers are technically the end bosses.
Because
Each one is progressively harder, and there's one that has like 200,000 health or something.
I think there is an underlying story because we were talking about this the other day, and we're thinking it's post-apocalyptic. I mean, we haven't
Yeah.
really looked into it really, but and I'm curious if there's like an end boss and there's like a story, because I know there's like, what'd you say? There's notes around or something. Like,
There's
there
the
are
giant
notes, yeah.
tree, and apparently
You can't go there yet.
you
I
can't
tried.
go there, but in the lore or something, it says something about the trees where it all began or something. I'm not sure like what exactly that means.
It looks like the world tree in Valheim,
Yeah,
or in
it-
Norse mythology.
Maybe the pals came from like underneath the tree or something like that, and
Yeah.
they just started more like
Multiplying.
One of my bases
Yeah.
right now is on the top of a destroyed building in a city.
Huh.
hmm.
So
Are there
like,
cars in the city?
no, the buildings don't look like modern buildings. They actually look like futuristic buildings.
Mhm.
Huh.
Like they don't have windows, but they have like little circuit board things running
Oh,
through.
in the desert area or whatever.
There's a couple different cities.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that too when we were talking about the post-apocalyptic. Is when you fight when you fight bosses and you defeat them or capture them, you get ancient civilization parts. Which I looked at it, and it looks exactly like a spark plug for a car. So that's
Oh,
where we came up with the idea of it. It
Mm.
must be post-apocalyptic.
yeah.
Yeah, probably in the little lore things you can find around the world. They explain that more. I don't really know what the context of those is because I haven't even read them, but
you kind of just grab them and run.
it's kind of like an Ark, how they have those journals around. It's the
Yeah.
same idea. They give you some XP. You don't even read them.
Is there still the legal battles going on with the whole pals and?
It never happened.
Oh, okay.
I thought they mentioned something about like Pokemon's trying to
Yeah, I
find
heard
No,
something.
there's people that are trying to get views by saying like there was a Pokemon manager that said something about like we've heard about a recent game that's getting traction and we're looking into it. That's all they said.
They wouldn't even.
It's a small little
Yeah.
game. It's nothing compared to our garbage
Okay.
that we put out.
Yeah. Like no. Okay, the Pokemon series is super successful, but they should have
Not
done
the new ones.
Yeah, but they should have done something like this years ago.
Yeah, they must be thinking like, wow, we should have done this.
Yeah, they're probably hitting themselves right now.
There are several pals that have almost direct comparisons to Pokemon.
Oh, like Pikachu, the electric one.
Not even so much that
That's
way.
a hedgehog.
There are
Oh,
some
hedgehog
that are
looks
just
just
like
like Pikachu.
recolored versions. But
Was it the,
apparently these people did their due diligence and had lawyers review everything, so they'd make sure that they're not
Yeah,
infringing
right
on
there, the
anything.
little yellow one. I don't know if they could see it, but
What is
So
it?
like, because they would have been sued long ago if they had any grounds
Was
for
it the
it.
Great Gyros in Pokemon, the giant dragon snake? That's the Yormantide.
Mm,
It's like very similar.
yeah, there's a lot of them. I think there's like a sheep one that looks exactly the same. Some bird ones.
So just to give you an idea of how successful this game was, and I'm sure people who are listening and watching know this, but the all-time peak was 2.1 million players on Steam.
That's concurrent players
Concurrent.
at the same time.
And right now, there are 435,000 players playing in the last 20 minutes.
What's even more
It's
insane
a dead
about
game
that,
though because they lost like 75% of their player base.
That's
It's like
huge.
75% is from 2 million down to
Yeah,
like
it's
600,000.
Half a million
dude, I-
people playing right now on
Yeah.
Steam.
people mainly play in single player and co-op. So like PUBG is the number one, but that was multiplayer, like a
Yeah.
massive multiplayer game. This is insane. I've never seen any single player game get any close to that.
Yeah.
The
Like
only
anywhere
thing,
close.
the only thing I don't like about Palworld is Oh, I lost my train of thought. We were talking about this the other day, Jay.
the eggs,
Uh,
the time.
no, what were we talking about?
So you can
Jay?
decrease that technically in the server settings.
You were saying
Oh,
losing
that's-
everything when you die.
Oh, moving your base?
Yeah, that and the pals, making them like do things.
Yeah,
Like you
so
want them to smelt something, or you want them to like water plants, but then they go and do something else because they have other skills. That's I wish you were able to use the podium to command each one to do a certain thing, and they just keep doing it until it's nothing.
I
That would be cool.
guarantee they're going to add that in the future. That seems like a basic functionality, but also they already have to deal with a lot of the AI pathfinding around your base, and it already works very well if you set it up right. But yeah, I agree that they definitely need to let you specify a task
Yeah.
for certain ones.
That would be cool.
Because sometimes my pals will wander kind of out of the base, and then they can't find their way back, and they get stuck. Get hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Same for me.
I've had
One
a
was
pal. Wait, what is it?
No, I was gonna say the same thing happened to me. What were you gonna say?
I had a pal stuck on top of the statue. I don't know if you
What?
guys had that
Oh.
before. Like you have the statue in your base, and then he jumps up onto the statue, and they just can't do anything.
I had a single player world before I set up the server, and there were animals that always got stuck in the tree. Like I set up the base in the same place that you did in your single
Mhm.
player, and there's
My
a
base
tree.
is not a base. My base is a conglomerate of everything. It's not
still
even
a
a
base.
base. I don't know.
Do you have a wall around it at least?
No.
There's no way
When
to
you get-
expand, right? Your land.
No.
No, there's a good amount, but when you get to level 10 of your base, you get a second base, and then you get to level 15, you get a third.
You could probably just put it next to the other one, right?
If you wanted to, but it would be ideal to go find a bunch of ore, and then because it constantly respawns, so like put a bunch of ore creatures down, and they're just getting constant metal for you.
Mm.
So have an ore base,
And
or
you would have to transport like the materials from like one base to the other, even if they're right next to each other.
yeah.
Mm.
So like fast traveling would be even easier, especially if you're encumbered. You can fast travel and then plop it in a chest right next to the fast travel point.
Huh.
But like some of the creatures, they just keep getting cooler the higher level I get. They're actually
Yeah.
insane.
I don't know. I'm excited to see some of the higher level creatures because I've only seen kind of the same. I'd say like 10 to 15 creatures. But even from the trailer footage, I'm seeing things that I've never even seen.
Which I didn't realize how good the pal deck was. Like it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
useful if you're ever like confused about a specific pal that you caught, You can literally go into the PAL deck, see what it gives you if you catch it or kill it, and then you can click at the top. There's another section, and the habitat, and it shows you the general like big areas where the specific creatures spawn. So like if you're curious about like, oh, I need leather, like, oh, I'll just go and kill some things and see if I get leather. No, just go to the PAL deck and search which ones have leather, and then go to the history area and then see where they spawn.
Yeah, and then you can
Super
upgrade
nice.
the pals too, by putting them in the pal essence collector.
Well, there's two ways. You can upgrade their, I think their level, or maybe their level with the PAL souls, and then you can upgrade them another way by condensing more of them into one. So you literally like harvest their souls and put them into one creature to make
Wow.
them one super creature.
yeah,
I've also noticed that with the combat, the PAL is way more effective than me shooting an arrow, like a bow.
Depends on what PAL it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had like one of the flame ones, and he actually killed the thing I was fighting. I was trying to capture him. I was like, but he ended up killing it.
It also all depends on the armor and resistances of the bosses and things that you fight. Because sometimes like bosses, like if you throw the fire guy out and they have a resistance to fire, it won't do anything.
So you can capture most bosses too.
Yeah.
Like, reuse it for battle.
Yeah,
crazy.
they're called alpha creatures, and they're bigger than normal.
You have to use the mega, right?
No, you can use technically any. There's a percentage chance that increases the higher sphere you have. So like technically, you could capture any creature in the game with the first one if you had enough.
You can upgrade
You
your
just keep
chance
trying.
at the
Yeah.
statue. You can also, the higher PAL sphere you use, you have a higher percentage chance, and how much health that the enemy has will
Mhm.
actually increase your chance.
Yeah. Like there are random drops from chests and stuff. Yesterday, actually, I'm level 37 now because I've been doing a lot of creature breeding to get like really cool ones, and that levels you up really fast. But I found an assault rifle blueprint that was a level 45. Like I'm nowhere near the ability to craft it, but like since I found the blueprint, I could craft it way earlier.
Wow.
And then I just buy ammo for it at the shop, and it's destroying everything.
Wait,
It's
how do
pretty
you
awesome.
get that? There's another metal ingot that you can get. A PAL ingot?
Do you mean
Pal-
refined or PAL? PAL
PAL
metal.
ingot?
you
Pal
talking
Do you
metal.
have to
the
kill
Paldium
a
ingot?
specific PAL to get that?
There's another furnace later on that refines into that.
Yeah, the Paldium
Oh.
ingot, right? You need iron ingot and Paldium, and then you make like a Paldium ingot.
Oh, it's a
Paldium
Paldium.
ingot for.
Yeah,
It's another
higher
tier of metal.
level.
yeah. You
Metal.
can make like a refined metal or something like
That's
that.
how you. That's how you make like all the end game weapons
Yeah.
and armor.
How's the gunplay? I still have a bow.
It's actually pretty decent.
Musket's a little slow to reload, but it's pretty good.
It does 1,000 damage though. The first bow does like less than 100.
Wow.
The crossbow actually is pretty good. It's like 250.
That is good.
The fire
yeah.
crossbow is pretty good too.
Have you given your pals guns yet? Anyone?
You can give
Yeah.
the monkey an assault rifle, like
Actually,
an AK,
I
within
need-
the first like 20 levels of the game.
I named him Machine Gun Kelly.
Nice.
You can give another one an SMG.
You can give another Grisbolt. You can give actually right there in the picture. You can give a
On the
Grisbolt a
yellow
minigun. Mhm.
yeah, he's a higher level one.
Oh, and then the Fire Fox or whatever it's called, you could give flamethrower.
No,
You could
he
board
is
in-
the flamethrower.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
So then, if you give them those attachments like the flamethrower or the gun or whatever, you could pick them up and use it.
Not the monkey. The monkey like just
Oh, he
Opens
he
fire on
shoots
his own.
You can't pick them up.
no.
Oh, just the fire thing then.
And
Yeah.
You could also have like specific things like collars that you can give them.
Mhm.
That'll be like,
There's only
Oh,
two.
oh really?
Two in the game. Yeah.
I have the dream. Is it
the
Dream
daydream
Chaser
one.
or Daydream?
Daydream is the creature, and there's another one for the Dazzy creature.
Yeah, but basically you can have them
just
if
got
you
that.
have them in your party, they'll be next to you at all times,
Mhm.
Which
and they can damage things,
very
and you can throw out another one, so you can have two.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's very annoying sometimes. Like when I was building, it would get in my way and I wasn't able to build. And then when I'm fighting a boss and I have my dragon attacking it, and I take my dragon away so I could capture the boss,
Mm.
the daydream just still keeps attacking it and kills it. And I'm
Is
like,
there a command where you can stop them from
Yeah.
killing?
you
Yeah,
can,
like
but
an
I've
arc.
noticed sometimes it doesn't work.
It does work, but you have to do it before they've initiated an attack.
Oh,
So if
when
they
they're-
started winding up and you say don't attack, they'll still continue that one.
yeah, that's what kept happening to me.
I'm kind of curious. What do you guys? Okay, so if we ignore the issue, well, that's not a good way to put it. What do you guys think is better, Ark or Palworld? It's my favorite.
I think
question.
Palworld for
You
me.
think Palworld.
Because, I mean, we had a lot of time with Ark, and it was really, really fun. But the thing is, the amount of time you need to spend to try to get like even one creature
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was true.
I think
With Palworld,
is-
you can kind of just go in and you
Yeah.
can catch like 20 creatures within like 10 minutes.
I think Palworld
Mhm.
is way more refined.
Yeah.
But the one thing I miss about Palworld, and you guys can correct me if I'm
Ark,
this.
I mean?
No, no, no. No. Oh, sorry. The one thing. Well, no. The one thing I'm missing from Palworld,
Oh.
and I think they'll add it later. You guys can confirm this. Is the massive or like the what would you call it? Massive multiplayer or like where you're playing with other people?
They already have official servers.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna.
Oh,
have,
and you
they
can
have official
raid people and
servers.
stuff. Oh,
Yeah. Like, well, I don't know about on the official, but you can enable it in settings. So there probably are community servers that have it enabled.
Yeah, that I think would be.
That's
Awesome.
that's already a thing. Like I could enable PvP and stuff on the integrated or the dedicated server.
But that's just us.
Yeah, so there's no point.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that this does better than Ark. I think in Ark, some of the coolness factor of getting like a T-Rex for the first time is just awesome.
Mhm.
But in Palworld, it's not as grindy and it's way more accessible.
Yeah. The method of getting them is way better too. I didn't like how you had to like build a structure around the dinosaur that you were trying to capture because it took like 6 hours to tame it.
Mm-hmm.
You had to feed it and stuff.
Well, you can change it in Arc too, but you can change all the settings. Like at first, for dedicated servers, the default egg time for the massive one is like 72 hours. I changed it to
Whoa.
like 1 or something because like I don't want to wait that
That's
long.
the default.
Yeah, I
though,
think it was
for
actually
me.
like 30,
for
40 minutes.
for egg, one
Yeah.
is from one for the egg is default.
Wait,
Yeah.
you mean a
So-
boss?
So it wasn't default. If you're making a
Incubator.
dedicated
Oh.
server, it automatically makes it hard.
Yeah.
There's like easy, medium, and hard, and then there's custom where you could make it like 0 time.
Mm-hmm.
So for dedicated servers, it automatically makes it hard for everything. So you gotta like dim it down.
I
Yeah.
mean, we usually joined servers that had less than tame time on Arc anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
The
Yeah.
mods, the people modding those servers were crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just remember back to I don't know. I'm sure there will be experiences like this in Palworld once that community starts to build up. But do you guys remember in Arc when someone actually teleported from another server into ours?
Yeah. And they had a giant mech raid.
Yeah, and yeah, it was just insanity. I think I might have videos of that, but that's just one of the scenarios where it's like I don't know where else that could be replicated. Like someone teleporting from another server into yours, bringing in a giant mech, and then
Well, they had to spawn into the world first and then run to one of those teleporting things.
Yeah. then they can bring their stuff in from another server.
Yeah.
Then
But a lot of the time, people had built bases around those, so people couldn't do that.
yeah,
But
and I remember the top clan in the Arc server, which prior
was
to
it
that,
China?
yeah, I think they were jerks, but in that brief moment, they had to protect our server, so they brought in their mech.
Oh,
And it was like you were rooting for China. I don't know. It's just like weird. Is that the game that we say always has lore to it?
Mm,
Arc always has like a lore to the server. Or no, that's Rust.
yeah,
Rust was the one where it has like literal backstory on each server.
They're like server legends, like
Yeah.
oh, this guy who was unrateable and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you create your own stories, I guess, in a lot of these games. That's what's kind of the cool thing. What's that?
Remember when they called us the Canadians? In
Oh,
Rust?
Yeah, because we were up north and we were
Yeah.
nice to each other.
And there was like a clan like down south that would like destroy everyone. They wanted us to go down.
we
there
were
and kill 'em.
unrateable, right?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I mean, we had
Was it that one base that
Yeah.
we had?
The one,
We had-
the one that I made. I had double stacked walls.
we had
like
three walls, right? We had two courtyards,
yeah,
3 sets of walls,
2 sets of walls.
or 2 sets of walls.
But there was like
There was
a-
in between there was like spikes.
yeah.
Over 30 turrets. Almost every door had a shotgun turret.
Was that before they nerfed the building resources you need?
no, that was on
The
a low
upkeep?
resource
Yeah.
server, low upkeep server.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like I'm just waiting for this Palworld to have that. Then we all get on and like then there's like
I mean,
a lot of
we
stakes.
could do that though. Like we could play that right now if we joined a server with PvP.
Are there wipe cycles or But that's not-
I
No, probably not.
don't know, but it's limited what you can build anyway. Like you can't build structures anywhere. You have 3 maximum. And depending on how many resources the server has, they limit how many pals you can have in a base. like up to 15 or something, which is still a lot.
Yeah.
You
But-
can customize and make it up to 20.
Yeah.
Settings, yeah.
Um, but really, like that would be fun to try and see if
Yeah.
anyone has really cool servers like that, because you can destroy walls and stuff with creatures. I would just hate to have some no lifer come in with the max level creature, blow everything up.
Yeah. I mean, you get that with Rust and Arc too.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because you drop all your stuff too, so we'd have to.
I changed it to a setting on the server where you'd only drop your items, not your gear.
Oh.
Because if you die in like a frost or a heat area, your frost armor or heat armor is gone,
That's what
Oh.
happened
and then you
to
can't
me.
recover your stuff.
I was trying to find. I looked in the custom settings, and I do hope they add a way to increase your the amount of durability your gear has.
Just get the
'Cause-
next level gear. I've never run out on.
I
on
know, but
those.
I've died a bunch of times, at least in mine, and my metal gear.
What
is
level are you?
already? I'm a 35, 34.
Hmm.
My metal gear was at like a quarter, and I'm so annoyed at having to go and get metal ingots to fix it.
Well, the thing is, like, with my base setup, I don't even need to farm metal ingots. Like, there's always like several hundred cooking, just because I just go in
Yeah.
and I click the max button, and it does like 150 ingots right there.
Oh wow.
The assault rifle I made, it was like 250 of the high quality ingots or something crazy like that, because it was a more rare version of it.
Hmm.
And then I had to go get like 20 ancient technology parts, like a lot of resources. I had to spend like 20K on the high quality PAL oil or whatever.
Oh.
Oh, I wanted to mention I captured a black market guy yesterday.
Captured
Oh,
him?
yeah. You
Yeah.
can use him as a merchant, right?
Yeah, you can
Wait.
capture any human.
Oh, wow. Even what do you do with him?
You can force them to work at your base, or you could sell them.
Why'd you have like a little smirk when I said that? What do you do with him?
You
You
know
don't
the
wanna know.
Pokemon memes. But yeah, like I have a black market guy in my base now. I can just walk around.
That's cool.
His
He's level
minigun
40.
is
How'd you
huge.
catch him?
So
I used
did you use the trap?
no, I didn't. At first I used
glitch.
the assault rifle I had, which is really powerful.
Oh.
So I got him down with that, and then I used like a hypersphere or whatever,
Oh.
and it took me a couple tries, and it was only like a 4 or 5% chance of capturing him, but it still worked somehow.
Hmm.
So I saw a video, which I never tried this, but there was a glitch where if you had your pal attack him and then you opened up his menu, he would freeze as your pal attacked him while he was opening the menu.
After I beat the first guy like legit, I tried that out, and it does work.
Yeah.
Like I killed like 3 or 4 of them, and you get about 10K for each guy you kill.
I thought you
found
got
that
like 20 something.
you get 10K
Oh.
coins.
Hmm.
But,
Yeah.
They must have nerfed it then.
Probably did.
maybe. I did find though a legit way on how to do it. You got to build like a trap, and you place it behind him, and it pulls him up by his feet, and then you could just keep hitting him, and he can't hit you.
I saw one where people put bonfires where he spawns, and then they shoot him, they leave and come back, and then when he respawns, he spawns on the bonfires and the trap. So he's upside down, and he starts glitching. So his character's just like shaking all over the place while on fire. It's actually really funny looking.
So what's the benefit of having him? You have a merchant with you at all times?
Yeah, so there's different types of merchants. One type sells weapons and ammo and stuff, and you can sell regular items. Then there's another one that sells like other random ingredients, and you can sell items. But then there's another type where they only sell pals, and you can sell pals to them.
Hmm.
The black market guy you can actually sell humans to, and they sell the more rare pals.
Wow.
You can literally traffic humans. It's ridiculous. But
Can
like-
you buy other stuff besides pals from them?
no, they sell really rare ones though. So I've bought a couple really good ones.
Like,
That's
Oh,
cool.
high
High
level.
level. Buy pals. I like that.
Yeah,
They're expensive though, depending on the rarity.
What
like
do you-
I've spent like 20K on a couple before.
the gold coins, right? That's the
Yeah.
currency. Okay.
You can get gold coins by selling pals.
I think the
Probably
best way is like I just explore with my
Open
flying
chests.
creature and grab the chests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting the
The
chest.
chests are really OP. That's where I found the assault rifle thing.
Mhm.
Like that's literally at level 45, and the max level's 50.
Was it from a cave or from a gold chest?
Just a gold chest I found in the snow
And
area.
You need like the gold key, right?
Yeah, but I have a lot of those, and actually, you get gold keys each black market guy you defeat.
Oh,
Oh.
I've actually captured other people before, and they don't do much. Like currently, if you try to use them in your party, they're actually like invisible, and they don't use their guns. They just run up and hit people. So they're
Hmm.
really like capturing merchants is really the only benefit.
Hmm.
and then capturing them and selling them to the merchants.
Yeah, but there are things that sell for more than the creatures, so it's not even worth capturing them for selling. Just having the merchants at your base is convenient.
Is this is this their first game?
Yeah, I think so.
That is crazy. I was just like thinking about the animations of the creatures and just how much is actually in this game.
Well,
And it's
when did
mind-blowing.
the trailer for this game come out? Like 2
It
years
was
ago?
last year, I thought.
Was it last
I
year?
think it was last year.
I remember us reacting to it. We're like, "What?" And then the guns came out. We're like, "Whoa!"
We're like, what is this anime game? Like, because
Yeah.
at those conventions, they always fill it with a bunch of lame anime games that no one ever is going to play.
Yeah.
And then, like, they showed this, and we thought it was the same thing. But then they whipped out a gun,
Yeah, I know. It was awesome.
and it really is Pokemon with guns.
Yeah.
You know the cute little penguin? You can
Mhm.
give him a rocket launcher.
Wow. So
It's
good.
hilarious. Like, they're just like running around being all cute, and then they pull out a rocket launcher, and they get this angry face as they fire it.
It's awesome.
It's so funny.
Throw some sheep on some turret LMG turrets.
Yeah.
What?
None of us are even a fan of Pokemon.
No.
I know someone who is who hates the game because
Yeah.
He doesn't
he's
even know
never
what the
even
game's
tried it.
about. So
I wonder if that's like a. No, I was just gonna say. I wonder if that's the Pokemon community. But I think there is a big portion of Pokemon fans that are playing this game and liking it a lot.
no,
because-
yeah, huge.
I feel like he's jealous of the game,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to say that he is.
What's
so-
wrong with that? I mean, Pokemon has had its own like, it's been the dominant in that
Have you
marketplace.
seen
now something
gameplay of the
else.
newest one?
Oh,
it
it
looks
looks
so
terrible.
bad.
It's on
It looks
Switch and it looks
terrible.
like a PS1 game.
It's so bad.
This game will hopefully push the people that are making Pokemon to make a better game or
Well,
start
this-
making better games.
all these indie games coming out and just blowing away all these AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I feel like it's giving all these developers like an eye-opening
Well, yeah.
thought.
We've been
I
talking
guess.
about this for years, though. Like,
Yeah.
I remember last year we were saying the same thing with what was it? Was it Valheim? No. What was last year? I can't remember.
Sons of the Forest.
Maybe, but we've talked about this a lot. Like the AAA games just aren't hitting like they used to.
What is it?
Mhm.
There's the what is it? EA. The people who were in charge of EA came out and were like, "Yeah, Immortals of Avium. Remember that Magic first-person shooter game?
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
gameplay and it looked fun at first, but then when I watched reviews, it
Yeah,
was
with
kinda
the voice actor dude, right? He was
Yeah,
like a
but-
big part of the
But
promo.
the main thing about like recently that they came out and said they're like, well, I guess single-player FPS games don't do well anymore.
Wait,
so we
that
gotta
released?
what?
That released?
Yeah, like last year.
Oh, what?
And it was like max player count was like probably around 5,000 to 6,000, maybe.
I don't remember if it was Ubisoft or EA. They said that players need to get used to not owning their own games.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. I
Yeah,
think
but-
it was Ubisoft.
What's funny is though they're like, I guess single player first person single player linear games aren't the stuff that people want anymore. So we might as well start making more live service crap. It's like,
So out of
no,
touch.
make a better game.
I love to see this though when an indie company comes in and makes something that destroys the AAA.
this is their first game. Like that's
And it's only like what,
Mind-blowing.
$30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people pay $60 to $70 every year for Call of Duty, and I find more enjoyment in this game than I do
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
Call of Duty games.
This was 30. Enshrouded 30.
yeah.
Helldivers 40. It's not 60,
Yeah.
it's 40.
And
They
not
need-
70 like they're
Do you
trying
think-
to push.
Do you think it might increase once they release the full game because it is
Oh,
still
maybe.
early
And I
access?
wouldn't mind. Like
Even
this
if it
is a
was bumped up
$60
to
game.
But we
50.
wouldn't have to pay it.
Even if it was bumped up to 50, I'd be like, it's worth it.
I
50
think
is
they
worth
need
it.
to normalize games being 30 because if you think about it, they made more than probably a lot of the games that were $60 because more people buy it because it's more accessible.
Mhm.
How much was PUBG? $20 when it first came
I
out?
think we paid 20
yeah.
for it.
It's
Yeah.
like 15 or 20. It was crazy.
We bought it
Yeah.
on sale. It was originally 30, I think.
And they were also an indie company before too.
Yeah.
It was literally an Arma mod that they turned into a game that got the highest on Steam. It's just games
Yeah.
like that or things like that don't happen for these AAA ones.
I guarantee I probably would not have bought this game for $60 unless like I really, if everyone was playing at the same time or something.
yeah.
Mhm.
$30 just made it so much more appealing.
For everybody, honestly. Like anytime you see a $60 game, either 60 or 70, that price tag it should be a premium game.
It's a quadruple A game. Okay,
quadruple
you
A.
gotta
No,
you
that's
gotta.
70.
A 70 is a quadruple A game.
What does that even mean?
You just wanted to make
They're
it
just
sound
ranking
better than it
games by
actually
the
was.
price tag, which
Did this-
doesn't.
Yeah.
Same company that makes AAA games. Therefore, wouldn't it still be a AAA company?
Yeah.
But I heard people were saying like, if $70 is quadruple A, $80 is whatever
Quintuple A.
5A, quintuple A, $90 is like, what is it? $100 is, I don't know. It's so stupid.
I mean, the rumors are saying that they're charging over $100 for GTA 6.
150.
I highly doubt
150.
That's the
base-
rumor.
I doubt the base will be 150. That would be
Maybe they're
stupid.
like, oh, if you want the single player game and the online, you got to pay 150.
I could see it being 80.
yeah, I could see that.
I
could see them easily releasing a $150 edition, but that's just dumb.
that should be ultimate.
Yeah, you
If
know what?
anything.
And then 2 years later, they're gonna put it on another engine. And it's gonna be like free to play.
You get all the
I don't
start
think
cards
they'd
for
ever
the
be
online
free to
mode to
play.
give you a boost to whatever garbage.
Isn't that what they
Yeah.
did with Epic? It was like free to play for like a year.
Well, Rockstar doesn't. I don't think they've done that.
They gave it away for free on Epic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
but that's not going to be for a while.
Yeah.
Honestly,
definitely.
I'm not even. I don't know. I'm not even
It's
interested.
going to
in
be a
GTA.
console exclusive for a year.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll
And
be-
the online mode's not even coming out at launch.
I had my time in
Serious?
GTA
Yeah,
5 online.
it's like a month later that's the online mode's coming out.
back on the PlayStation 4, and then I just lost interest in the game.
I
Mhm.
might.
I mean, we'll have
I
to
might
see
get-
how 6 is, because it might be really fun.
I
but
might
we'll
just
see.
get it
Yeah.
just for the single player because it's in Miami, Florida, and it looks pretty nice from the trailer. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I always like the online aspect. The most fun I've had was when Jay and I would play it all the time on PlayStation, and we would just do like crazy stuff together.
I mean, even
Or-
when we got on
yeah.
PC, yeah.
Yeah.
We played so much stuff on there. So good.
It's just
Before
too
the
grindy.
before the hackers.
yeah.
Yeah. What is up with that? Why is that still a thing?
You go into there and you hear like 40 million explosions and you're like,
Yeah,
well,
I know.
new server time.
Why are they
Or I
not?
duplicate Chug.
Do they not have anti-cheat?
Yeah.
They do, but
They
it's
don't
not
care.
good.
Mm,
People
yeah,
still
they
buy
do.
shark cards. I don't know why, but
yeah.
I remember I went in there at mods and I duplicated Chug and then I got banned for like 2 months,
Mm.
so I stopped doing that. I think I turned. Was it you, Chug? I turned into like a basketball.
you turned me into a stupid ball.
Yeah.
What?
His character was just a ball and he was like running around.
It's crazy how
Oh.
easy it is to get cheats. You
Yeah.
just go and like, oh, download a cheat client, and you can do whatever you want.
That's so
Yeah.
sketchy.
I was on a mountain and I teleported Chug to my location and he's like, "What happened?" And then I started duplicating his character, so there's like hundreds.
Well,
of them.
you started showing me your garage, and I didn't know you were cheating.
Mhm.
I'm like, dude, you have a lot of stuff, and then you're like, yeah, I heard you talking to me later. You're like, yeah, I couldn't actually bring my character over from the Xbox,
Yeah.
so I had to
'cause
create a new character. I'm like,
Yeah, I told you.
okay,
I
you have a
transferred
20
my
car
character.
garage, and you just made a new
Yeah.
character. I'm like,
I couldn't transfer my stuff too, which really upset me.
I'm sure that ruined it for you.
It did.
Mainly.
It really did because I didn't want to grind. We spent. I bet if I look back on the PlayStation, we had at least like 80 to 100 hours.
I'm pretty sure you can
Mhm.
input your PlayStation account into.
You can't anymore.
No.
Oh, you
They
can't?
stopped doing that.
No,
now.
not like transfer. You could see your
Oh, you can
see
your
this, yeah.
progress. You
Yeah.
see how much you've actually made.
Yeah. Anyway, Palworld. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's awesome. kind
If
of
you-
got off topic.
if
there.
you like
yeah.
the,
I do have
if
a
you like
question
the
for you
aspect of
guys.
Pokemon and you
Huh?
like Ark Survival Evolved, you'll love this game.
yeah.
I have a question. So you know how I know, what was it? PUBG wasn't the first battle royale, but I feel
Mm.
like it definitely set.
H1Z1 was.
Yeah, but I feel like PUBG definitely set the course for all other games to start making like.
Oh,
battle
it
royales.
did.
Do you think
Yeah.
Palworld is going to be like that, where it starts setting off like these open world,
Eh,
like running around?
Ark already did
creature
that
games?
first. But they took
Palworld
this
just made
straight
it
from
better.
Ark and Pokemon.
Yeah.
If you get higher level in Ark, you get like the Pokesphere things, Pokeball things, and you can capture dinosaurs in it and throw them out whenever.
I think it's gonna set a standard for indie and AAA games because again, this is their first ever game, so I think it'll set a standard for games and what people expect for a $30 price tag. Because then people will compare it, right? Like if you're gonna buy a $60 game, you're gonna be like, oh well, Palworld gave me this much and it's $30.
Oh yeah, that was actually the comparison. Is this being $30 and Shrouded being $30? You think now they're gonna start making really nice games?
No.
going
I
for
hope-
$30.
I hope, but the big companies are not
The big
going
companies
to
are
go.
not.
no,
gonna do it.
they're already trying to push for 80.
But I think
base-
the
for
smaller
base
companies who are
products.
still coming up, they're the underdog. I think they're gonna take this as an example of like, okay, maybe we need to add more because Palworld sold for $30 and it was the second most concurrent players on Steam ever. So
Yeah, I mean,
Other games like that too, like Phasmophobia, Lethal Company.
Yeah.
We're just seeing it happen a lot more, which is great. Like I'm glad to see small companies pop up out of nowhere with something unique and just blow away the AAA competition.
yeah. Are you checking to see how much they made?
yeah. So just because they had 2.1 million players on at one time means that at least 2.1 million players have bought it, right?
That's just Steam.
Yeah.
They also have
No,
it on
I
Game
know,
Pass
so
and on
$30
Xbox.
$30.
Is that over $1 billion, Ricky? They didn't make over $1 billion.
$30.
30
30
times.
times
2 million.
1 million is 1,890,000.
Whoa, whoa.
it's
Not a billion.
A
It's not
billion.
I don't think it's a billion. I think
30?
it's 100
Oh, I
million.
did 900 times. My bad.
30 times 2 million? Wouldn't that just be 60 million?
I did.
Or I don't
there.
know.
It's 63 million.
63
Yeah,
million.
that's still a lot of
also-
money.
They made over 100 million. I
But that was
guarantee
just
it.
because 2.1 million played it at one time. There were still other people that bought
Yeah.
it. And
Oh,
there was
yeah.
Xbox and or
I think
PS5,
easily over
whatever it was.
100 million.
Yeah.
Imagine that though. Like that's your first game, and you made over 100 million.
Yeah.
That's
But they
crazy.
better not turn it into like Call of Duty where they're like,
They're
oh,
not
let's
gonna.
make-
They're
let's
not
make a-
gonna.
They're
make a game every
already
year.
way better than that. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way. They may add some sort of cosmetic pass, which is fine. Just don't add, like, content behind a paywall like that.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I mean, what is it? You know, with Rust and other things like that in Arc, there's the workshop skins that you could.
They
purchase.
have that in Arc?
I don't
I
think they
thought
have that in our.
I didn't think so. I thought it was just Rust.
Oh, is it just Rust? I don't know. They have the workshop skins that you could purchase. They might have like an in-game version of that. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like you could get different variations for pals or something, and
Mm.
you're
What do you mean
here
Rust
and
has like skins?
You can buy skins on the Steam store.
Oh yeah.
You
I
can.
remember that.
The community can make skins and
yeah,
then they get
and then you can
approved.
sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they
I
go
Steam
up
Steam
in
gets
price.
a portion of it.
I
Every
actually
single
love
time.
that system.
Me
I think that's
too.
really smart.
It's kind of
User-
like what NFTs want to be.
Yeah, it's user generated content, and you don't have to spend money like designing new
Yeah.
Yeah.
things.
During COVID, I think I put like 20 or 30 bucks in my account.
Oh, I
on
bought
Steam,
Rust skins before.
and I bought like a ton of Rust skins.
Well,
Like,
because they
Yeah.
they appreciate over time.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
You
Yeah,
can
I
sell
actually
them
sold
for a
them
lot
for
more
more.
later.
One time I sold all the Rust skins I had for like $70, and I hadn't bought them for anywhere near that amount.
Wow.
So like
Mhm.
you can't actually make your money back on it, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, and
Just
they're-
wait till they're like more rare for some reason.
It's just not as big as a CS:GO gambling.
Yeah.
Well, that's
CS:GO
what- that's
gambling.
That's what I'm saying. Is so they actually had a website for the gambling or for trading. You could actually trade skins
on
with it.
Rust.
For Rust skins. Yeah.
Oh,
All those websites are scams. Why would you gamble?
that's when
for a
my
skin?
Steam account got grabbed.
What?
The
were you
I don't know. It
gambling?
said something about Rust skin or something. I'm like, I don't know why I clicked it, and then my Steam account got like, they locked me out of it.
That.
They got rid of my 2-factor. I don't know how they did that. And then
They instant.
I'm like,
you.
talk to Steam about it, and they're like, yeah, the IP was from Russia, so yeah, let's give you your account back. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, the game is great. I'm gonna be playing it for a while anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know Ricky and I have been playing probably more, at least on our server, than anybody else.
Yeah, I've hopped on a couple times.
I'm just really into Helldivers right now.
Yeah.
Join one of us, Caleb.
What do you mean?
Like join our guilds.
Oh, I know. I have to find you guys. I'm in a separate part of the world.
Like we could do that, but I also don't want to give you stuff because then you miss out on the fun of automation and all those things.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you joined me, Ricky.
Yeah.
I had so much stuff, and you joined me, and then
You gave me like a.
I gave you a
large
Well, you have to
ton of
give me
stuff.
stuff, but that allows me to teleport to your places, right?
Yeah.
So that would be
Yeah,
nice.
I'm actually building. While I was talking to you the other night, I was building a new base at Anubis' statue, and it's really open and nice.
Hmm.
Oh.
I mean, what I could do is, like, I have a third base now, and Ricky probably is almost close to a third base, but like, we could always like give you one of those locations, and you could build over there, and then like you can still teleport to the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm at like level 12 or 13. Once I get to 15, I could build a third base for Caleb. He
Mm.
could just build his own.
I have a
wherever.
base.
You can move all your stuff over.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Little
Whatever.
Teleport.
Anyway, yeah. Palworld's amazing. Enshrouded is amazing. Really good games.
Mhm.
Definitely trendsetters. I think this is gonna make some ripples. Maybe not in the AAA scene,
They're not gonna
those
learn.
people suck. But
They're laying off everybody. I'm really hoping that as a result of that, a lot of these developers, like skilled developers that are around without a job, will gravitate more towards smaller companies or make their own games.
yeah, I think that's
So
'Cause
they need to be shown that
it's
that's scummy behavior.
it's not the developers. It's the
stupid suits.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, okay, that's gonna wrap it up. Ricky, you can throw up the end screen and then
Wait, which
You can scroll down a little bit.
Okay. Well, that'll be it for this podcast. Thanks for watching and listening, and we will see you in the next one.